This goes out to all the guys who like to play basketball in the rain with no clothes on. This is for you. I know Jesus saves. I wish he'd save us from this podcast. I know he looks after you and me, but I wish he'd take us far away from here.
Yo, what's good, dog? Welcome to IDM episode 127. Happy Friday, the day after 4th of July. I'm your guy, Oathman, joined by Christopher Lingbach. What's up, dog?
Yo, dude, good to see you again.
I know, man. I feel like I just saw your ass. No, Shorts came over yesterday. We'll get into that. Brought over the baby. Sorry, I'm just texting my vagina. Dude, does your girl do this? I know we've talked about it before, but I swear to God, dude, it's like, I don't know if she understands she does this or not, but anytime like my attention is about to be laser focused on one thing I have to do at a certain time, that's when she's like, hey, by the way, what'd you think of the salsa yesterday? And I'm like, I can't talk about that right now. And then if I have the audacity to be like, hey, can we talk about this later? She's like, you always do this. No. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking murder you. Yeah.
Dude, it's like, I swear to God, it's like they value their schedule so much, but it's like the one thing that's important on your schedule. The second it starts, your phone's like, blip, blip, blip.
Yeah. And that's the only time they care about my response, like, right. You know?
Dude, it's so unfair.
Dude, it drives me insane, man. It's every time. Hang on. Okay. And and she'll text me about shit that like she's texting me about our daughter now. And
there's a good time for that.
Yeah. And then she'll be like, see, you don't care. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, dude. Like, look, I just texted her and she instantly responded right away. Anyways, we'll get into that. We got a lot of shit to talk. We got a lot of stuff to catch up on. But like we said, I recently saw Shorts and his family, his lovely vagina. And
dude, you're a miracle worker. You got both vaginas out of the house and over to your house. It pretty much took an act of God, or a couple of gold coins.
Yeah, I did have to offer up a couple. I had to break into the vault, my Yehudi's vault, and
it's the only thing she'll respect.
I remember pitching this to you and Casper 3-4 weeks ago, and then kind of guilting her into it by not texting you, just immediately, just directly texting her.
Oh yeah,
but I wanted to wait for a date and time that when there's more people in the house, there's less pressure, for like when there's a baby involved, it's kind of a wild card. You don't know if it's going to be a day where they want a shitload of attention from you and you can't really partake in conversation, or if they're going to be just chill and they'll let you do your thing or whatever. But yeah, we asked you to come over, or I asked you to come over yesterday for 4th of July. I didn't really have much of a plan. I just knew that our neighbors would come over, and you graciously offered a grill, but I wanted you to have a chill day. So you brought the baby over, and
Well, that did
was kind of hanging out on the deck, just chilling. It was a good time.
that did come back to haunt you a little bit because the photo that I posted on the Patreon, letting everybody know that we would be on tonight, not Friday night, 4th of July.
Yeah.
Mike Cook saw it and he was like, nothing says celebrating America like Corona lights and salsa and nachos.
Yeah. What the fuck, dude? Why does everyone in that thread just make fun of me? Why can't we all just be friends?
They make fun of everybody. It's not just you, I promise.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're the only one who takes it personally.
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. Yeah. No, but he's right. You had American beers. Oh no, you had.
Yeah,
I guess Miller Lite is an Anheuser-Busch. So is that German or American? I don't know. Who cares? Yep. But yeah, it was cool. My neighbors came over. MK to the 4th. You met him finally.
Yeah, dude, you had a great crew. I gotta say, because you've been telling me a lot about your neighborhood crew, how it's an open door policy at everybody's house except for the one kid who lives a couple of houses down, who you went and told his mom he's not allowed over.
And Did I say that?
Yeah, it's at some point. But I saw your crew in action, and I got to say, it was a very lively operation. There were a lot of people kind of coming and going, so to speak, pause.
Yeah, pause.
But there were about like 3 families worth of kids, moms and dads, kind of filtering in and out throughout like the 3 hours that I was there. And I was impressed, dude. It was a good, well-oiled machine, a smooth operation. And I do want to say, I think we kind of solved a mystery yesterday. I don't know if you remember it yourself, but we had only touched on this briefly in a previous episode of IDM. But MK to the 4th, an IDM subscriber, talked about, and I was really eager to get to the bottom of this. Mm-hmm. He talked about his, I would say, brief encounter with one Matt Valdez.
Yes. The celebrity producer of the Sports Junkies. Yes.
Now, I didn't know Matt Valdez was living so high like this. Apparently, he's a country club member, like your neighbor MK to the 4th.
Yeah. When did Odyssey start paying people money to do fun things on the weekend?
Dude, I would have killed for country club money when I worked at Odyssey.
Yeah, dude. Guys, for those who don't know, Shorts was a faithful, loyal employee of CBS Radio / Odyssey for 13 years?
15-ish, yeah.
15 years. And correct me if I'm wrong, they gave you like one raise your entire time there.
And it was a fake raise. It was like every time we get these sponsors every 3 months, if you write this article and tag the sponsor, you'll get like an extra $50.
Fucking pieces of shit, dude. Yeah. They had money in their pockets. They just didn't want to divvy it out.
Dude,
but yeah, apparently,
dude, big time about. He doesn't like when I say this. In fact, when we were with him at his house last week, I just want to say this as a disclaimer. We're just joking when we say big time Valdez.
Yeah, we honestly love Valdez. Yeah.
It really does get to him. Like, it bothers him a lot.
Yeah,
I said it one time to him, like between episodes, and he was like, "Oh, come on, come on."
By the way, that is such a big timer thing to say. When reacting that way when someone calls you a big timer, you know what I mean? Because like if I call you a big timer or you call me a big timer, we're not gonna like react like, "Come on, guys, I'm just a regular dude." Really, like it's such a ridiculous thing to say to a normal person that it's just. There's no way to take offense to it, but Valdez, he's a hint of a big timer. So it does touch a nerve with him a little bit.
So I was eager to get to the bottom of this story because honestly, I think maybe I briefly met MK to the 4th one time.
Yeah.
and he's your neighbor, and he happens to be a member of the same country club as Matt Valdez.
Yeah.
Country
Yeah,
club on Radio Money. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm sure a big time. But so I asked him about it. I was like, so what happened? I heard he blew you off. And he goes, well, all right. It started off in the pool area. And he goes, I see Valdez, and he's laying face down on a pink flamingo floaty in the middle of the pool with nobody around him.
First of all, kind of big time, a little bit. Let's be real.
It's just a funny visual to imagine. Like,
yeah.
Why?
He's got hammered Valdez on a pink flamingo.
So then I go, oh, okay, cool. Maybe he was there with friends or something. He's like, MK to the Force is like, no, he was there alone. And I was like, all right, cool. All right. You said it, not me.
MK to the Force, he's a straight shooter. Like not even to shit on people or anything. He just, he's going to tell you exactly what happened.
Yeah. And so I go, I don't know, when did he blow you off exactly? And he goes, well, I caught him like walking out later that day. I guess it was a couple hours later. And he goes, oh, Matt Valdez. I'm Othello's neighbor. We've been trying to link up to golf. And he goes, and then Valdez looked at me and goes, oh, hey, and then just turned and walked away.
God, dude. What a dick.
I said to your neighbor, I said, first of all, let me take you behind the scenes of the psyche of Matt Valdez. He in his mind, he's thinking, look, if I take a picture with one person, then I'm going to get flooded with people asking for a picture with me. So I just got to blow you off and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. I think you said it was the perfect way to phrase it. And it made me laugh so hard. You said, let me take you into the mind of Matt Valdez. He's thinking when he sees you, if I take a picture with one guy, I'm going to have to take pictures with everybody here.
Big time.
Spot on.
He's such a superstar, man.
Yeah.
We're just lucky to be in his presence every once in a while.
Yes. Thank God he still considers us friends, dude. We're a couple years out from him giving us the BDK treatment.
Yeah, dude. And, maybe about like 24 hours once word gets back to him about this podcast.
Richmond John says, I like that he called me a listener during the Christmas show while I was working wearing a vendor badge for my buddy John Paul's show. Too honest / far. Yeah. He slips. His big timing slips every now and then. But so you got the story from you heard it from the horse's mouth. Yeah, MK to the Force, he's a good dude, and you hung out with you've hung out with him before, I think, but David Enward, David Negron, my neighbor. But I gotta give your baby props, dude. You got for the fathers, the parents out there, the mothers and fathers out there. Shorts has a chill baby. Like the baby didn't cry. His baby was over, like you said, for 3 hours. Didn't cry. Cried once when you put her in the car seat to like try to get her to nap. But other than that, she was just chilling, just staring at everybody, not really fucking asking for anything, smiling, doing zings with people and shit like that. She's a chill baby. She's a cool baby.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, she had a good time. She's a little like nervous when she's around people because we've like taken her to the pool a couple times and there's 100 people around and she's kind of turned her head left and right.
Yeah.
She's like very, very curious. Or I guess as Jen Montana put it in the comments somewhere, she said, it was the picture of you, me, and Lurch from last week.
Yeah.
And the baby. And she goes, "That baby looks very confused. She's definitely Shorts' baby."
Yeah, no, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, no, but so you had a good time, and how about Casper? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, everybody had a good time. It was a good hang. You got good people. Good. I texted you afterwards. I said you got a good situation going on, so I was happy for you, dude.
Dude, I wish you could find this situation in your you know, your neighborhood. But it sounds like I don't know. When I asked you about it, it sounds like you got a lot of like Indian donks and shit like that, and rezas and stuff like that. And
that's not what
you guys are kind of being racist a little bit.
That's not what I said. I said we have a lot of renters in our neighborhood.
Oh, okay. That's what they're calling them now.
So it's kind of hard to like make friends with people because, they're here for like 6 months or 12 months and then they're gone. But it was good to pick your brain on like how to sort of get that thing going. And you actually gave me good advice. You were like, yeah, when they're old enough to like play at the playground or in the neighborhood, they just kind of organically meet other kids and then the parents meet and then you just kind of go from there. So
yeah. Like if a kid is like playing in the same like sidewalk as another kid, it's awkward if you don't like address the parents and like, hey, what's up? Oh, you're doing a kid bit too? Oh, cool. And then like you very quickly figure out like, oh, is this person normal or are they fucking weird as fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, dude, early on in Vera's childhood, like when she was like a year old, we would try to force these relationships because we were like, we gotta have friends, parent friends, and like if she fucking glanced at another kid, we'd be like, oh, hey, do you guys live around here? You want to do a play date? And it was just awkward because like the kids weren't actually like really friends, and then like, you know what I'm saying? So
and they're like, it depends. What political affiliation are you?
Right, yeah. But you definitely feel the pressure to like make more parent friends as you become parents and shit like that. But it's okay. It'll come naturally.
Yeah, we had a good time, man. Thanks for the invite. Little Livy had a great time as well. I could tell.
Yeah, dude.
She started.
Maybe we do a yearly tradition or something like that. That would be cool.
Once a year hangout.
Well, I don't know, man. It's so it's so hard to get like kids to get. I don't know, man.
I don't think it's the kids that's hard to get over to your house.
No, because like honestly, dude, I'll be honest. Bob the Builder has always been like, yo, why don't we all get the kids together? His kids are older than mine. And I just worry that like his kids would be bored by my kids because they're like younger than his or whatever. And I don't know. It stresses me out when the kids don't like play together like you want them to and shit like that. You know?
Yeah. Well, your daughters are adorable, dude. I mean, like they're so cute. And it was awesome to see them. Every time I see them, it's like they're so much bigger. I feel like my grandma saying that. Like it's true. Like every time, I don't do the show from your house every week anymore. So it's been like, I don't know, like I feel like a year since I've seen them. So
I know. It's crazy how quickly we turn into like hacks saying the same like shit that older people say to young kids, like, oh my God, you're growing so quick,
Yeah, come here. Let me pinch your little fat cheeks.
Dude, I think that has been phased out of being like fucking messing with kids. The cheek pinching bit. I don't see anyone do that anymore. I think that's like it's like an old school,
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm so nervous around other people's kids. Even more so before I had a kid, but like when I lived in the apartment, the 700 square foot apartment, which was just hell on earth during COVID. I mean, it was 4 Loko night in the garage every single night.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I would see other people's kids like at the pool or like walking up to the elevators, and I'd be like, no, you can go ahead. You'll ride. I'll just catch the next one. Like,
yeah, dude.
It's so nervous because it's like, dude, everybody's pointing the finger at everybody for being a pedophile, and it's like, I I don't want to come anywhere near your kid. Get your fucking kid away from me.
Dude, I know exactly what you mean, man. Like, you, dude, yeah, kids will, like, they want you to play. Okay, I can't even say this without sounding like a pedophile. They want you to, they want you to play with them. You know, they want you to pulls. There you go. But yeah, you got to like okay, for instance, never mind. I don't even want to say this shit, dude.
It's okay. You love to play with kids.
Fuck off, dude. Yeah, but like even like kids. Okay, MK to the fourth, right?
Yeah.
His kids are very wild and free, if you will, right? Like his middle child will leave the house and just walk around the neighborhood completely butt ass naked, right?
Easy. What, are you taking pictures, dude? How do you know?
I mean, it's hilarious, but at the same time, you want to be like, yo, I'm just to be clear, I'm not looking at your naked kid right now. And my eyes are this way. And,
technically, I'm staring at her out the window right now, but it's not on purpose. It's on accident.
Yeah, it's a funny bit, but only a funny bit because I heard that she is naked right now. I did not see that she is naked right now.
She's right in front of my window right now.
Yeah, dude. I'm so hyper aware of that shit, dude. Because, I honestly, I wonder if like dudes who have like male kid, like boys, are as worried about this as dudes with girl daughters.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Yeah.
I don't know. My mom was like overly protective of me. Shocker, but
yeah,
I'm sure that didn't haunt me later in life where I'm telling the world.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like most guys are like, rub some fucking dirt on it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but like if okay, like if you're like if you see like a kid going to, you know what? I don't want to talk about hypothetical pedophile situations because even when I'm thinking of them as like hypothetical scenarios, I feel like I'm being a pedophile. So
exactly the thought. You're like, it's like when you get a sick thought and you're like, wait a second, I can't even think like that. Dude, that makes me, I'm in pedo territory.
Yeah. You're like, I would never do this, but hypothetically, if I did do this, but I still sound like, All right. Anyways.
If I were to imagine, just defending kids from pedophiles, I would have to hypothetically get in the mind of a pedophile.
Yeah.
Now that I'm there, let's see what I think.
Like I feel weird when we talk about Sabrina Carpenter, and she's what? She's like 22 or something like that. I feel
Star of Sirens on Netflix.
Yeah. Dude, by the way, dude, how weird is it? She's 26. Damn, dude, she's fucking old to be looking like that. But dude, how weird is it that fuck, what was I gonna say? Hang on, I'm sorry. I just got.
You were talking about getting in mind of a pedophile,
Fuck, dude. Richmond John just texted us. He said, I can't stop laughing about us being fucking pedos. Fuck. All right, maybe we should move on. You know what? We just got one of these. Let's fucking.
No, we got to dig in.
Alert.
I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Shout out
our dog, our guy.
Shout outs to Ricardo Contreras. He says, for Blue Shorts is Modelo fun. Thanks for the content. Hell yeah, bro.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Othello's got me hooked on those. Othello's got me hooked on those Modelo.
They're good, right? Yeah.
They are good.
Fuck, what was I going to say, though?
You were talking about, like, being a pedophile.
Fuck you, dude. No, I'm not talking about being a pedophile. I'm just.
And you were like, if you could touch Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina pedophile. Okay, you know what? This is dangerous territory. Let's move on.
Dude, I'll bring it back later on the Patreon.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. I feel more comfortable talking about it on the Patreon.
Yeah. What was Othello thinking about being a pedophile?
Yo, by the way, can for those who don't listen to the Patreon, first of all, you're missing out. You get 3 times the show, but Shorts told the greatest story ever last week about him going to the DMV in a suit to fight his red light speeding ticket, or a camera ticket that he got. And I uploaded the story on our YouTube channel so you can check it out. But dude, bravo, man. That story is so funny, dude. Yeah. So have you do you have any Lyft updates for anyone, or has it been a pretty quiet week?
It's been pretty quiet. I mean, I've been out there grinding, but nothing eventful has happened. I'm getting ready to go. Dude, I mean, every year it like gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
I feel like a shithead for complaining about going on vacation.
Yeah.
But I literally can't afford to go on vacation.
I know.
And yet I have to go on vacation. And now this year, it's 2 weeks. Like, it gets longer and longer. So I know you were picking Casper's brain about it last night. But so starting tomorrow, we drive to Richmond for one night. Again, keep in mind, like, we've got a baby for the first time, so we're trying to break up the trip a little bit. And we don't know how she's going to react to being in the car for that long. So we go to Richmond first to visit her mom and sister for one night. Then we drive to Isle of Palms in South Carolina. I think it's like near, like off the coast of South Carolina, close to Charleston for 3 nights. And then Charleston, the annual trek to Charleston for 3 nights. Then Hilton Head for 7 days. Then back to Richmond for 1 more night, then home. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to pay for this. Like, how am I going to survive for 2 weeks?
Dude,
so I've been grinding a Lyft. I'm like, dude, I'm checking on payments from the Patreon. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? and I can't explain on the YouTube show why it's such a problem. But let's just say I'm being held captive.
Well, dude, I mean, it's. I just want. Okay, can you acknowledge? I'm not trying to start shit.
Sure.
You can acknowledge it's not normal though that you're in a committed relationship with a kid, and you have to worry about how your half of the relationship is going to afford a trip.
I can acknowledge that's a little bit abnormal. Yeah.
So what would happen, like, hypothetically speaking, what would happen if you guys were out, like the second day of vacation, and you just spring it on Casper, like, oh shit, I don't have any more money in my bank account.
I mean, that's going to happen probably on day 2.
Wait, so
it's like you're peering into a crystal ball into the future as we.
You guys are at like some fancy Italian dinner. And she's like, okay, so you got the mushroom risotto and the 2 glasses of sangria, and you're like,
I refuse to eat anywhere.
Yeah, you're
I
like,
go on a hunger strike.
Yeah, you go on a hunger strike. Yeah, no, she's reading out what you ordered, and then you're like, do you? I might have to wash dishes tonight. Like,
I have a big bowl, and I pull a bag of ramen out of my pocket.
Yeah. Like, what?
I have a glass of water.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen? Like, what happens when you reach that? Is she just like, or is Casper just like, you have a credit card, right? Or like what?
No, I mean, in fairness, to break the fourth wall, she said she would cover me for stuff, but I mean, it's also like only so realistic because it's like, I don't know, what if I like want to go out and do something? It's not as bad as I'm making it out, but
no, I know. No, honestly, anytime you got to stress out about money, it's a bad bit, and It's
Dude,
even more of a bad bit when you're forced to do things that are expensive and like someone who's supposed to be. Anyways, I don't have to. People understand it. I don't have to fucking explain it. But yeah, dude, you should just. You know what? You know what was interesting, man. I remember when we were talking upstairs yesterday, and the listeners probably won't like this, but this is, you know, just to be honest, this is what I said, and this is what a pussy I am. I said to Casper when I was just talking to you and her, because Jessica was inside doing some fucking, she was making salsa or something like that.
By the way, I love your wife's salsa, and that is not a euphemism.
yeah. Hey, yo. No, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That really boosted her confidence. I told her, I was like, yo, your salsa is bizarre. She's like, I'm surprised people like it. I'm like, shut up. Stop being fucking modest. It's so annoying. But anyways, so I was talking to you and her, and I was like, I think I said I said life gets easier for you when you just submit and you admit defeat and you just fucking go along with the plan and just whatever, you know, I did the happy wife, happy life bit where whatever they want, sure, let's do it. NBD. And she looked at you and she was like, see, I keep trying to tell him that, but blah, 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 blah. And so I part of me feels like if you just fully like, sure, whatever you want to do. Oh, you want to go there? Cool. You know,
all right, we're going back to 1860s slavery. Cool. Sounds good. I'll just
yeah. But I feel like if you did that, then she would give you a lot more leeway on like, oh, you don't have, you know, money for this shit and blah, blah, blah.
Can I tell you, a part of me wanted to reach across the table and slap you in the face for saying that because when you came over, like right after we had the baby, like month 2-ish, and you came up and like saw you were invited upstairs. I mean, that is a rarity, right? Like, I don't even get invited upstairs.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah.
I am basement exclusive.
Yes.
So you go, you brought up like, so are you helping her like clean the bottles and stuff like that? And I was like, no, not really. And you go, dude, come on, you got to help clean the bottles. And literally every time we've gotten into an argument since then, she's brought that up. And she's like, even your friend Othello says that you need to help clean the bottles. And I'm like, that motherfucking guy.
He's a lazy piece of shit. He doesn't do anything.
See him in action. I can't even get him to send one tweet a week.
Wait, so
no, but you were right. I mean, you know,
you still not. Never mind. You still don't do that?
No, I do it from time to time, just not as much as I should because I'm a lazy piece of shit.
All I'm saying is, I feel like your life would be better if, like, all right, when you guys go to the grocery store, right? And you got your side of the grocery cart, and she has her side. If instead you were just like, hey, whatever you want to get, whatever you want to cook, let's just do that. I think you make great decisions when it comes to what we should have for dinner. And if it's fucking, 3 dozen eggs and salmon like Jessica buys, then you just got to fucking deal with it,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll get there at some point, but I'm not quite there yet because it's like a part of it feels like you're giving in, like you're settling in a way and you're losing a piece of your autonomy. Now, I wouldn't have to do that if I had a full... Can you hear me all right?
No, yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't have to do that if I had a full-time job, steady income, shit like that, right?
I think you would. Like, okay, let's really break down what happy wife, happy life is about. All right? Like, even people who are wealthy fucking, have everything they could need money-wise, they still like say that shit. So why do you think that they say, like, people who have everything they would ever need, why do you think they live like that?
No, I see what you're saying. You're saying like it is a part of a marriage, but hey, I'm not married, so
I think dudes are just way more easygoing than women. No disrespect. We're feminists on the show. You know, I got 2 daughters. Shorts has a daughter, but I think like it's easier to just get us to do whatever and just like go along with shit than women.
because we'd rather not fight.
Yeah, and so like if there are a few things, obviously there are a few things that like I put my foot down on. Like for instance, I had to wake up this morning and I had to bribe my youngest daughter to go to sleep last night because she was like, you saw her yesterday. She kept smacking me in the face and shit like that. She was a wild animal. And so I bribed her with donuts this morning. So I'm like, if you go to sleep, we'll fucking go to Duck Donuts tomorrow, okay?
And just to take you guys behind the psyche of Othello, he's like, well, if it would work for me, it might work for her.
Yeah. And so I'm like, yeah, exactly. And so I'm like, just fucking close your eyes for 5 minutes and we'll get Duck Donuts tomorrow. And she's like, I want strawberry and chocolate. And I was like, oh, what sprinkles do you want? She's like, chocolate and rainbow. I'm like, okay, just fucking go to sleep. All right, fine. And so she finally goes to sleep. And then at like 6:30 in the morning, she wakes up and she's like, Dada, can we go to Duck Donuts? And I'm like, oh my God. Sure, whatever. Yeah, sure. And so we go to Duck Donuts, right? And then, oh God, dude, I'm such a pussy. And then we come back and Jessica's mad at me because we went to Duck Donuts and I told her that I had to bribe Zoe to get her to go to sleep. And she's like shitting all over me because she's like, she goes to sleep every night. Why would you have to bribe her to do something she does every night? That's what you got to get used to, by the way. You got to get used to getting shit on for finding solutions to problems. I don't even remember where I was going with this, by the way. I'm getting so distracted by like how annoyed I am.
You're like, these goddamn bitches are driving me crazy.
Yeah, dude. Oh, anyways, okay. So we wake up. I wake up at 6:30, something like that. Go to Duck Donuts, come back. And then as soon as I come back, the MK to the Fourth's daughter, who's very sweet, she came over to the house and like woke up Vera because she was butt sized to hang out and play. And so everyone's up and we're all in the backyard. It's like 8:30, 9:30 or something like that. And we're setting up like these water slides out there. And it was like very early to be doing that. Usually we do that at like 12 or something like that. And so I was telling MK to the Fourth, I was like, dude, if we're setting all this shit up early like this, I was like, I'm probably going to get an early beer in me. And it was like, dude, me too. And and you got to understand, dude, like we're fucking sweating our asses. He has like a gigantic water slide and I have mine's smaller, but it's still a lot of effort to set up.
Yeah, he showed me a picture of it.
Yeah. So like
it's like imagine, you know, like when we were kids, we had slip and slides, right? And you'd find a hill and you know, put it on a hill and slide down. And then if the hill was too steep or there was too much water, you would skin the fuck out of your knees.
Yeah.
And then go back and do it again.
This is right.
This is like that, but imagine like if it was fused with a bouncy house.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, it's like an inflatable. Yeah, right. So he sets his up. I set the other one up, and like I'm covered in fucking water because, you know, yeah, I had to get the splitter on the hose, you know, so we could set both of them up and get the right pressure on both hoses, and so we get it all set up, and we finally like sit down, and I was like, he asked me like what I wanted to drink, and I told him, and and then Jessica immediately, she's like, just in case you forgot, you have the show to do tonight was shorts, and it's only
Hell yeah, Jess. Hell yeah.
yeah. And she's like, you better not cancel on him because that's not nice. And I was like, oh, I go, oh, you care about IDM all of a sudden?
Damn, she's in my brain. Hell yeah, Jess. I love your salsa.
I go, oh, you care about IDM all of a sudden? And she's like, no, I care about you being a responsible adult. And I'm like, all right, relax. I'm just having a beer. And so like she was like clearly against that. But that was like one of the things I put my foot down on. I was like, if I woke up and did all this fucking miserable shit and I got to stay out in the sun and, you know, get myself covered in, I'm going to have a silly Corona Light. So anyways, so there are things that you're allowed to put your foot down on, but like for the most part, if it doesn't really bother you all that much, just go with it.
Yeah, I've noticed since having a baby in the house too, I've had to, and you preach this to me privately as well. You're like, dude, you got to really like pick your battles. So I've been trying to get better at that. And it's true. You know, you don't want the child to grow up in like a fractured household or anything like that. So it's really like my focus is just, if I got to take one on the chin, pulls.
Yeah.
For the sake of the baby, I usually do it. So I'm trying to get there mentally.
Yeah.
But it's a challenge because I've been living like a fucking grown adult child for 38 years. So, you know. By the way, props to you. You've talked about this in the past on the show. I finally saw yesterday in person, you have the now, what's that word? Rebuffed or repaired?
Mm-hmm.
Like the laptop, you know, whatever, doesn't matter.
Refurbished
Margarita machine that you had. Dude, you were going hard as fuck. And you were like, Shorts, do you want to try the margarita machine? I saw it. And you had explained to me how you had sent the old broken piece that you accidentally washed in the dishwasher back.
Yeah.
It was now warped plastic and no longer fit the machine.
Yeah.
Basically, you scammed Amazon.
Allegedly.
And dude, you packed that thing with an entire, I was like, damn, dude, you packed that thing with an entire box of Franzia. I haven't seen Franzia in at least 10 years. And I was like, oh shit, tonight's going to be a good one.
Dude, you'd be surprised, man. Like when I get that thing going, it's like, I think it hits like a spot, like in people's like childhood memories. Cause they related to like the Slurpee machine at 7-Eleven or something like that.
Or like watching their moms pass out on the couch from Franzia.
Yeah, drinking wine in their coffee mug at fucking 9:30 in the morning. Yeah. No, but yeah, dude, it's my prized possession. It's the only thing I got that I can like show off in the house. Did you try the hammock, the notorious hammock that we've talked about in the past?
The John McAfee poop hammock?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. But I
fuck, dude. I should have gotten you on it.
Dude, your youngest, she is a firecracker, dude. She got on there with you, and she was like slap boxing you in the face, and you obviously couldn't hit her back.
Yeah.
Can't be a kid toucher and a kid abuser.
Fuck off, dude. Yeah, dude. She was making a mockery of me and my defense, but
I thought back to the movie, the quote from the movie, and I was like, man, this dude's pussy.
This man, bitch. Yo, all right. So let's check in with the dogs real quick, and I want to look at the super secret supporter chat too, if that's cool with you.
Sure did.
All right, let's do that.
It's time for our big time P1 shout out.
Shout outs to our big time P1s. That is the $8 tier. You guys can subscribe for 3 shows a week on patreon.com/IDM pod. The $8 tier is Aisha Kadisha.
Aisha Kandisha. Yep.
Shout outs to Aisha Kandisha. Shout outs to Alex. Shout outs to AJ McCown, Alex Davis, Brendan Cooney, Brendan Smith, Brent Wenzel, Brian Altman. Shout outs to Brian Busties, Carlos N, Chris Eller, Danny Loudermilk. Shout outs to David Slat, Don DeMarco, Ernesto Ladon. Shout outs to Craven Moorhead. Shout outs to Having a Working Soundboard. Shout outs to you, Having a Working Soundboard.
All right.
Comment?
I'm working on it.
All right. Next week, right?
Yep, next week.
Shout outs to Iron Mike Sleep, James M, Jen Montana, Cash Rules Everything Around Me. Shout outs to JP Flame, Kevin Leahy, Kevin Smith, Korean John. Shout outs to Chris Stein, Matt Broderick, Matt Starcheck, and our guy Matt Starcheck. Shout outs to Peter Rosenkrantz, Phil J, Reggie, Instagram.com/Brad Paints This. Shout outs to Sean Kibler, Steven Snowman, William, and Lubomir. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Thank you to everybody at every tier for supporting the show. Doesn't matter if it's $5, $8, or $12. We appreciate you guys helping us live out our dream twice a week. You guys can subscribe on patreon.com/IDM pod. So shout out to you guys.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Shouts to the dogs. Let's check in with the dogs right quick. You know, it's been a while since we last did this song. Okay, so I think the last time, all right. Here's Aisha Kandisha.
Yeah, that's you with the big nose.
Yeah, no, I know. We talked about
that. About your giant nose.
Yeah. We got some.
You were like, dude, you can't make my nose bigger.
All right, so we got some birthday and Father's Day shout outs from our guy D-Tat. Happy Father's Day to you too, dude. Aisha Kandisha, happy birthday shorts and Father's Day to the dogs and Bella Ramsey. Starting my first Father's Day off right with some twisted teas during the morning dump. I plan on leaving the empties all over the ground. That's great. We love that. Yep. That is that's probably exactly what Shorts is. Aisha Kandisha said again, can't let the gold coin stack get smaller. It's a request, a Venmo request to Christopher Lingbach, requesting half payment for reimbursement of your Father's Day gifts. Love, Casper. Yeah. Did you get anything like that?
No comment, dude.
Okay. All right. Carl Clown says, evergreen show description. Shorts opens with the topic that prompts an oral dissertation from O. Oh, no. Does that mean... Okay. I talk too much. All right. I'll shut up.
You're good.
Aisha Kandisha. This is Eorthman, I think. And it says Sahibi. That is... That
was when you were... depressed about getting into an argument with your sister.
It says Sabi. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Sahbi is also how you say friend in Arabic. O's house is easy to spot in the block. It says no gym clothes. I think that it's a Hua, and it says a Hua free zone. No bras, no pan, no lingerie. Okay. I thought you guys were on my side on that, but
Othman has a very strict dress code for family members, friends, anybody who comes around his daughters.
Yeah. David Slizza, I was trying to find an old picture and randomly came across this gem. I think this is Matt Dotson, Sven Lloyd, Ted Boris, and on our guy Angel Morales with the ball and gag in his mouth or whatever it's called. I think this is from like Cucking Around or something like that.
Yeah, because we were talking on the Patreon when we had Angel on like 2 weeks ago or whatever. He was telling the story about how he tried to get a job as a private detective or a PI, private investigator. And they were like, well, I would say the first rule of thumb, if you want to be a private investigator, is to not have such a digital footprint. And they sent him a photo of him with a ball gag in his mouth.
Oh, God damn it, dude. I feel like that's such horseshit, dude. So what? You can't investigate other people if you have shit online about yourself? Like, that doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I think they were, yeah, it's debatable.
Brad paints this with a genius suggestion. Othello should just show up to his sister's apartment with a Speedo and a sleeveless shirt. This should remedy the dress code situation. That's a good idea, actually. What do you think? Make it awkward for her so she understands what it's like?
A sleeveless shirt? Oh,
no,
yeah.
A Speedo and a sleeveless shirt.
Yeah, definitely, dude. You should definitely give her a taste of her own medicine, for sure.
Yeah. Our guy Angel, I know it's a week late, but oh shit. But here are the mysterious hand and footprints leading to the window 15 feet up that we don't talk about. Oh my God, dude.
What did he call it? He said there's a legend in the Puerto Rican community about like some ghost that haunts people's homes, and it was called like Vacallero or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So he said he moved into his mansion, which previously had a dead person in it in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
He noticed one day that there were dead people's handprints on the walls in places where no human being could reach.
Dude, these are legit footprints.
It's great.
Oh my God. Like, especially these two right here.
Yeah.
Oh my shit, dude. IDM plug on the junks. Holla. Aisha Kandisha, in honor of Bish Bucks, I tried to stop it at $20, the gas pump, and couldn't, then 21 and couldn't. Now I finally, $58 later, I've stopped on the double zeros at $58. Nice.
Dude, that's so funny. By the way, if you guys want to check that out, it's on the Patreon. Bish Bucks, Jason Bishop from the Junks, was on the show last week. Patreon.com/IDM pod. Full episode is up there.
Ryan, is this Ryan Osborne? Do you know? No,
I think so. Yeah.
Ryan said Bishop had a nice flow with the boys, picked the right junk. Dude, yeah. I kept hearing that from people who heard the show. It was a really good episode. We were really vibing.
Yeah. It was fun.
I would say. Ryan said deep shorts. Yeah, we're gonna pass. Best of luck in your future endeavors. Let's see. Korean John. Carl Clown. Shorts tells a 20-minute story about the DC DMV, and O gets uppity about it while reading the Virginia, not DC laws. Okay. All right. I guess I'm stupid. And Brian Busties, I feel like this shit needs to be discussed. The breast pump videos on YouTube are one thing because I guess someone could argue that they're educational, but shit that gets flagged and taken down while essentially having POV BJ videos is crazy to me. These chicks make these YouTube video accounts to promote their OnlyFans. There's so many of them now, and they all get thousands of subs. All right. Well,
yeah, maybe we'll look into that on the Patreon tonight.
Yeah.
So shout out to you guys again for the IDM chat, patreon.com/IDM.
Yeah. If you guys want to join in on the super secret supporter chat, go to the community tab on Patreon.
Dog, you were hiccuping up those breakfast beers right now.
No, I'm not. I haven't hiccuped.
Oh, bro. Hey, by the way, let's give a shout out to Mike Cook, and then I got some breaking news. I want to drop some breaking.
Oh shit! Hell yeah! All right, let's do it. Holla.
In northern Virginia, where the sun always
Shoutouts to our guy, Mike Cook, a sponsor of IDM since day one. Next time you guys are in need of a plumber, give our guy Mike Cook a call at 703-501-1926. Mike Cook is owned and operated his small plumbing business all over Northern Virginia. For over 20 plus years. He is a third generation plumber. He's licensed and insured. That's so important. You don't want some jamoke who's unlicensed showing up at your house. Believe me, I had them. They tricked Casper into buying 4 brand new toilets, and they didn't even put caulk around the bottom of the toilets. So I have leaks out of the bottom of my toilets all the time. And what I should do is give Mike Cook a call, have him come by and give me a free estimate like he can do for you. And I would be like, hey, dude, by the way, I heard about you on IDM, my podcast, our podcast. But yeah, if you drop IDM when you get him on the phone, he'll give you an additional 10% off your total. I'm telling you guys, you try Mike Cook out one time, you'll have a plumber for life. You'll never have to fret again about finding a plumber. Mike Cook is our guy. Now make him your guy. 703-501-1926. Or you can check out his website at thecliftonplumber.com for more information.
Hell yeah. Mike Cook said he was dealing with vertigo.
Damn. What was that from?
I don't know.
Did he take a pipe to the head? Pause.
All right, what's the breaking news you got?
So, first of all, I want to thank everybody for their thoughts and prayers over the past 2 years. It's seriously meant a lot to me. Man. So I gotta. All right, chill. All right. We're all good. Everybody's good. So I got a great message from my all right, god damn it. Fuck. I swore I'd keep it together. I got a great message from my sister the other day.
Mm-hmm.
She's been battling AM. All right. She's definitely.
I'm sorry. That was an accident.
She's been battling AML, which is leukemia, for the past 2 years. And she's finally... Oh, dog! After so many ups and downs, it's been just a crazy ride. She's in remission now, so
Holla! Give me a hell yeah!
I know that's right.
This dude gay as hell.
So I'm so happy, so relieved.
No, that's awesome, dude. That's crazy. Yeah, that's it's been a very stressful 2 years for you and your family. That's fucking awesome, dude. It's okay to be torn up about this shit. It's stressful as fuck.
It's so great. So there's a long road to go. But this is, we've gotten so close to this point so many times and had so many setbacks. So I'm just so happy.
That's awesome.
Anyways, we'll catch you guys on the Patreon.
All right, bros. We got a lot of dogs in the chats supporting you. Our guy Busty says, "Give me a hell yeah." Jen Montana thinks that was mean what I did. Kevin Smith says, "Yeah." No, it's awesome, Shorts. I'm happy for you and your family. That's fucking great. Let's talk about it more on the Straight-tron, on the Patreon. Patreon.com/IDM pod. Had a lot of stuff to get to. We haven't gotten to any topics yet. There's a porn star, RIP, who died this past week, who I want to kind of review her best stuff with you. And got some more personal shit to talk about. So we'll see you guys there. If not, we'll see you next week. Peace.